for the word. There you go.
So I'm
Oh, I'm
gonna,
so glad you're doing this. Thank you so much.
yeah, and I always forget to record. So at least I remember this is like we at the meet right now.
Hmm.
So this is the beginning of the first part of the meet. So
Okay.
off rip, if we doing a full website audit off rip, I'm gonna start literally from up at the very top of the screen all the way to the very bottom. So
Thank you.
up top, you got your name here in the tab full of herbs or herbs,
Mhm.
organic loose leaf tea is what I assume that says. And you got your dandelion there, solid. That's pretty much how it should look up there, type deal. Even your actual URL, fullofherbs.com, nice and simple. One thing I would do as well, make sure you actually brought the version without the S, so no one else can get it. And if someone were to type it in, it can be redirected to this one instead. That's one recommendation I would say. The likelihood of that's happening already is very low, though. That's like low impact. So I say low impact, mid impact, high impact. That's low impact.
Hmm.
What as soon as we come in, welcome to our store at the top.
That was me. I did that. Sorry.
I know you good.
Thought it was somewhere else.
So as soon as we come in, welcome to our store at the top as our announcement bar. They already know they're here. They don't care.
Okay.
Like this ain't this like this is just gonna take up space because one thing what we have to keep in mind when we doing all of this or while we when we designing is when we hit where's inspect? Can you right click and hit inspect? Like right click on the screen
Uh-huh.
and hit inspect.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So, then let me click on this right here. I bet. So most people are coming from mobile, and this is the first thing they see when they come
Hmm.
to your website on mobile, right?
Hmm.
So everything that's here is like your most important stuff that need to be displayed to get your
Hmm.
branding out, get your message out, what you need to tell them because especially when you're running ads, this is where 100% of your people on the land and see. Soon as you scroll even one time, 30% of people already failed off. Scroll two times, that's another 30%.
Hmm.
Another 30%. Like the more someone have to scroll, like pretty much like every scroll is people hopping off your website. So what they call this section right here is before the fold. The fold is just like technically anything under this line is the line.
Right.
It's
Right.
the fold. So this is everything above the fold.
Oh,
So,
yes.
so a lot of things that people do, website designers do is up here, you can do a call out or if you're having a sale event or like right now I think I have two where it says, complimentary shipping over orders over $80. And I also have one that say, please allow 3 to 5 processing days because for shipping or whatever. And those two, I really just keep them now because I kind of like the 3 to 5, like setting that expectation because normally most of my customers they'll come back and like on day two and be like, "Oh, I realized I'm sending it to the wrong address. Can I change the address?" That so I actually don't like same day processing now because I see I have a good amount of those people because I'm dealing with older people and small simple mistakes happen on computers all the time that
Hmm.
they may not pick up. So figured out that having at least a 1 day 24-hour before actually processing order benefits me. So I
Hmm.
always say I keep the 3 to 5. I put it up like around holiday season and just never went back down because I kind of like it on the low.
Hmm. Hmm.
So then we move down to your logo. Your logo once again. So you see how much space just your logo is taking up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we could, go with like a more inline logo, it would be better because that would minimize this while not sacrificing what the heck your logo actually says. And and it looks like the top and the bottom is two different font sizes. So like that, like I'm kind of real particular. So
What
uh
with top and bottom?
so when you're talking about full of herbs, the whole
Hmm.
circle, it seemed like the bottom circle, like seemed like that's a little smaller than what's on top.
I never noticed.
It looks like it. I'm not saying it looks like it. It could be
Okay.
just because the effect, because it's upside down. So it may look
Yeah.
small. Because like if I was to redo this logo for like a rebrand, I definitely would try to find. I would definitely have this be like a one line. It can be the same colors. The color's not too bad. And then if you still want to do a dandelion or some, we would definitely have like some type of herbal icon, maybe like right above it, and that would still be like your favorite con. This is a favorite con.
I have a different one. I have different ones.
Okay, but
This
yes,
is not my favorite con. This is my main logo.
hmm
So I
yeah,
could show that to
but
you.
but your favorite con comes from your favorite con should come from your logo though.
Yeah, it does.
So this should okay, good.
It
But
does. Yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
so I definitely will like we can definitely look at the other logos as well. But just like I said, so we're having something that's more in line and maybe like an icon above it will save you more space. So that means this top section can actually get pushed up and minimized. So once again, you have more stuff that you can showcase above the fold. So
Mhm.
now, so next we got our leading image, which is just chamomile on a white background. So
Okay.
the tricky
Just right
thing,
quick, can you see that?
yeah, that looks nice too.
That's the one where I have it on the side.
hmm I like that.
Yeah, maybe
So
that will
so
do.
even if you did that one, yeah, we could easily put that here, and it'd be a nice, decent size, so people still can read the text of the logo without having so much space getting taken up on the above the fold part.
Got you. Got you.
So in any
Understood.
so this stuff I'm saying right now, this is falls under what they call CRO.
Hmm.
That's conversion rate optimization.
Hmm.
So this when you're looking for a website designer, you want to know that they understand CRO practices as well. Because a
Hmm.
web design, if you just give a website to a web designer and be like, hey, just go do that. Like the people off Fiverr and stuff, you go to them like, hey, I need a website, and they like, oh yeah, $50. They're gonna come here and just be like, okay, bet. Let me just put stuff on a page. Oh, they need their logo upload. I'm just gonna upload it. They need, picture here that okay, bet just put picture that like they're not thinking of the marketing behind the layout of your website. You get if you understand what I'm saying.
I do. And right
Okay.
now I'm doing everything. But yes, I absolutely do understand.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Understand.
now off rip, we coming, like I said, we come into the photo. So right
Mhm.
now, like with this, I would like this is when we're on desktop, it's one. And that's because of the actual theme that you're on that once it's on mobile, it breaks it up. But right now, that hole above the fold is taken up by your banner and your
Yeah.
banner only type deal. Oh, my family just made it home. Yeah, my wife had to go all the way up New York to get my little ones and fly back down. Let me make sure they can get in.
Mhm.
Most likely they're gonna come in and say hey because they ain't seen me in like 2 weeks.
Nice.
But now,
Okay.
Motion detected at the front door.
but like I said, so right now when someone come in above the fold, literally everything is already taken up just by your header and your logo.
Hmm.
So like you haven't pitched them, they don't know. Like you wasn't able to actually, introduce them to your brand. You wasn't able to even sell them anything except for this one chill out bundle or blend. And so what we talking, soon as they scroll one time, 30% just left before they even saw this.
Okay.
So what we definitely want to do is get this section smaller and get these two to get your banner to be in line. And I can show you an example, of course, with my own site. Uh-oh. Oh, I was already doing it.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I was about to type
sorry.
it. No, we both would start to type. I was like, oh shoot, what's that?
No, no, I'm trying to, I have a note, my meeting notes. I'm so sorry. It keeps
Oh, you
popping
good.
over there.
All right, so let's see. Tees.com. All right, so I see. So you see, like the do also tees do the influx of orders, please la da. Then we got complimentary shipping up here, and then this is our header banner right here, letting them know exactly what we are or who we are. You know, premium handcrafted loose leaf tees, taste good, feel good. That's our little motto. But even if we go to inspect it, bam, there we go. So all that stuff is above the fold. See how
Mhm.
much more information we have compared to you above the fold.
Mhm.
So they
Yeah,
can see what the brand is. I actually want to make this smaller, so save some more space. But see what the brand is. Still get our picture and our message across. Now they get to see that we was featured in some articles, so builds that trust factor. Then after one scroll, pretty much half a scroll, they already can see some of our best sellers that people buy or whatever. And pretty much like I said, each scroll people are leaving, so you have to make it as functional as possible, as quick as possible.
that's right.
And so that you can also see that I practice what I preach.
Mhm.
Like you see, even on mobile, they go that 3 to 5 business days, complimentary shipping. My header nice and small, and even
Mhm.
though and my logo is still legible, so you can actually know and identify that yeah, this is the brand. Hey, baby.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know how to separate the motion. I'm still.
The so the girl, huh?
Two bits is
And they get the eggs and bacon
two things.
and waffle. What?
I got this.
No. Oh, funny. Uh, she's trying to realize, like, so we got Waffle House, but normally I'm the one that always picks it up, and I'm the one that like breaks it up for the girls, like separates the food out for the girls and stuff.
Yeah,
She's like, I'm just trying to figure out how never mind, I figure it out. Yeah, is that? But yeah, so I forgot what I was. Oh, but yeah.
above
So
the phone. Yes, I
quickly,
understand.
we can see once again the premium handcrafted loose leaf tees taste good, feel good. Logo nice and small, so that way the header is nice and it doesn't take up too much of the space on that first fold.
Mhm.
They'll say I want to even make this smaller so that way this can get pushed up a little bit more. Because like I said, I want
Mhm.
to give as much information and value above the fold in each every fold after that
That's right.
immediately. But once again, like I said, this just builds that trust with now they see premium loose leaf tea, da da da. Okay, but now they scroll, they can add the cart quickly, see reviews on here, like, oh, what people like, 126 here, and they got a 4.9. Of course, that's gonna convince people to be like, okay, bet, let me check more into this one. Um, so we go back to yours, your above the fold versus mine, you can quickly see a difference, right?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
What
So
does it say anything? In fact. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
gotcha.
So and don't keep in mind, I don't send people to this page anyhow for me, right? I actually have a when I run ads, I send them to my actual bundle page. So they pretty much create their own bundle. So even if we look at this one, it's the same thing above the when you're talking about above the fold. The problem that I address is inflammation for at least this particular group of teas that I sell off of this page.
Yeah,
Once again, everything is still up there. The header, all that stuff still the same. Limited time offer, create that sense of that time that illusion of urgency. You know,
mhm.
of course, if it was an actual holiday, I put like the holiday, like Patrick's already passed. What's next? We are like April Fools about to happen, so we can do April Fools sale, April Fools Day sale. I don't know. People like they just like hearing sale, honestly. And literally,
Yeah,
just as the season changed, I just literally changed the top, like I text and changed the top of it. So
yeah,
once again, so the ads that people are coming in from to this page is about inflammation. So when they
yeah,
come, the first thing I want to show them is something about inflammation. And we want to make sure, like, we know what their end goal is to erase the inflammation out of the body, but we need to make sure they understand we relate with them. We know where they are currently. So that's why I'm like, even the picture we chose, I actually went in Canva and designed this myself. It was just her holding her back, but I had to add the little pain point of the redness to make it to give the illusion that she got back pain or whatever. But and then literally I messaged start information with a simple cup of tea. Most times when you have a carousel this high up, that's gonna be your most clicked on thing. So when you actually that stuff that's in there, you really need to sell in your carousels. So you see 5 times more free, more benefits, fresh ingredients, picture of the tea, replace pills with healthy diet. Because like and this can you can go the same route as well, or you can even like I said, dig deep into Maya, you know, she don't like big brands. She don't like big retail. You know, you can dig into how environmental friendly she is, along with, still saying this is good for your health. So,
Mhm.
because right now, once again, they still trying to figure out, are you the brand for them as well? Like, yes, they
Mhm.
here for the inflammation, but can they stand behind you? Especially Maya, apparently she's real conscious. She's she want to know everything before she put her dollar anywhere. So you on this page, you need to convince Maya, like, look, I'm the brand you've been looking for all this time. I'm not a big retailer. I put these certain values ahead of anything I do, and your money will be spent in a good place type deal.
Mhm.
And see, then of course how to steep it. But well, like I said, we scroll one time, bam, erase discomfort, inflammation naturally, reminding them once again why they here, da da da. Like I said, this is my sales page, so it's more selling, but still, as you see above the fold is so much information still that's happening above the fold. So that's one thing definitely we'll have to improve on your site is that above the fold for sure. So then we start going below the fold, and I don't know, I'm gonna cut it out right. I like to do mobile view so you can see really get to see that above and below the fold
Yeah,
how it
makes
look.
sense.
And so we can go back to the regular size. But so now we get into your different bundles, your imagery and stuff like that, right? So, like you said, I understand. You said you took the photo, you got in a little photos, got in one of the little AI apps to get a little shadow effect on the back of it, remove the background type stuff. I understand. But one thing I do, so once again, one blessing I would say with me being in like this space for nearly a decade, I done picked up like a bunch of terminology and stuff.
Mhm.
Uh, and one thing I don't personally like this right here, like the type of imagery and stuff that you have right now, it
Mhm.
tells me you're small, like you're a
Mhm.
small business. It does.
Yeah.
And it tells me you're trying to figure it out type deal. And like I said, look, listen,
Hell yeah.
don't take it wrong.
No, I'm not.
But
I'm
we're
like,
not we're not
I'm trying to
friends
figure
yet.
out how not to look like that.
Yeah,
Because
okay,
if
look.
I visited this site, I would be like, hell no.
Okay, then that helps me know I don't have to I can crush your feelings
No,
because you're
go
not
straight
attached to
to it.
them.
Go straight
But
to
nah,
it.
nah, so this definitely gives me, someone who I met at the farmers market,
Mhm.
and this gives me that offer up. Like
Mhm.
just like even like the packaging and stuff like that, it gives me that vibe. Like I do not expect to see this in like a retail store.
Can I just say this?
Mhm,
I told you I was my role for 30 years was in HR included
mhm,
the fact that I the prime part of my career was because I had my own consultancy for over 15, maybe 20 years. So I
mhm,
consulted with CEOs and boards. So my lifestyle would never look at a website like this.
mhm.
So you're not gonna hurt my feelings. Please.
Okay. No, you good, you good. So so I appreciate that. Like I said, I ain't your friend yet. We trying to get there. First, I gotta tear down your bad baby. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, your baby been running amok, ripping up the cat, throwing stuff around the aisles and stuff. And I'm like, hey, look, if you ain't gonna discipline them, let me do it. That's what we doing
yeah,
right now. So
yeah. And
I got to for you, baby.
what you're looking at is a photo of a baby fit. That's me taking this photo, having a baby fit. Like, how the heck do I do this? I don't want to do this because I hired, you know,
Uh-huh.
PMOs. Like,
Got
this
you.
is
No,
like, yes.
no, I got you. But yeah, so definitely
Okay.
when it comes to photography, even like packaging alone, like this is something where I feel Maya online Maya shopping, and she's going to like she do find like a little mom and pop's store that she do like. She won't see this on the shelf. Like it won't fit in on on her type of shelves that attract her attention because of once again the branding and stuff like that. I already have some good recommendations, like even when it comes to your packaging. Because one, I hate window packaging. I and plus you also got to think about the sun rays and stuff like that for the window that's on here.
Mhm.
You got to remember about the sun. Any type of UV rays. It hurts the tea anyhow. So when tea companies do have window packaging offer it, I'll be like no.
Mhm.
So I would definitely, and I have resources for everything I talk about, by the way. So if I tell you need new packaging, I already got someone who will do it for nice and cheap, cheaper than anything in the States. I'm gonna say it that way. So you don't think it's like I'm talking no, talking no, hey, $50 get you 1,000. but they do it cheaper than what you will find in the States, fully customized and all that stuff. Like for Maya, and you can always correct me if I'm wrong, but for Maya, for if we talking the stand-up pouches, still golden. But what I would do, would do a more of a either I do maybe like a tan, like a cream tan, and I may have like some tree, like the design, maybe like some dark brown trees around the design, um, something like I would have to make it look more earthy or plant friendly type deal. So either I have more green or I have like more browns instead of like all the pinks, the purples, white background. Like I would do something that would definitely have more of a earthy plant like health like plant like a planter vibe. So like I said, greens, browns. Um,
Mhm.
I don't care for yellow because yellow is kind of too bright, but I'll definitely look more like playing with different greens and browns for sure. Okay, because Maya is real health conscious. Like she ain't putting no red 40 in her body at all. So when you talking about a natural tea company that focus on wellness and have nothing but good ingredients, she's already thinking of, the actual tea plant being on a local farm somewhere. That's how I imagine Maya.
Mhm.
So so when we're talking about packaging, then when I say my vendor who I'm in contact with
Mhm.
consistently,
Mhm.
fire. Packaging fire. Like actually, do I got one beside me?
Okay, great. Well, I was thinking about moving on to the round tubes.
Don't do brown tubes yet.
Tubes.
Don't do brown tubes yet.
Round,
They're
round,
they're
round.
they're expensive right now. They're expensive in general. So
Okay.
and unless you're doing like real like a bunch of first time customer quantity,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna burn through tubes like crazy. And then when you're talking Q4, then Q3 and Q4 when we had our busiest seasons, and let's say you run out, you wait in 45 days because tubes are overseas before they come over here. Where if you got these bags, just
Mhm.
but custom made, they're lighter, they're smaller, they're
Uh-huh.
quicker. And
Okay.
like for my vendor, I think for custom bags, I think I got like 10,000 of them. And I got them in 21 days versus 45 days if I was to get two, maybe more if I was to get like
Yeah.
10,000 tubes.
Yeah, my tubes right now, they're telling me I can get them in about 40 days from start to finish.
Q4 you ran out, you don't got 40 days.
Right.
You gotta take advantage of the cycle. So these right here, resealable pouches are definitely goaded because that tube costs you like $1.20 minimum, I bet, right? You talking this right here, 17 cent, 10 cent.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so
and then even in emergency situations, you can still get like a bag, just solid black bag like this.
mhm,
And then at least that's how we do it. And we still have stickers on standby of at least the front of our label. So emergency situation, I can easily just get a sticker, bam, and fill it up, seal it, and send it off.
mhm,
I may get some complaints that my back panel ain't there because on my digital ones, I got a back panel and a front panel now.
mhm,
So I may get some of those complaints, but I take that over. They didn't get their tea, or it's sold
mhm,
out on the website, so they couldn't get it because of packaging. So I say definitely stick with these,
mhm.
but it's just once again you can actually craft them and design them in a way where Maya will
Got you.
still like it.
And I will tell you, Maya is a minimalist
Mm-hmm.
and so loves that white, clean look. And I
Mm-hmm.
get that
Okay.
feedback in the market. So they like that kind of clean look. They're minimalist. So
Okay, that's still
I like
solid.
it. Yeah.
See, that's why
Okay.
I'm be asking those questions. You gotta tell me. So
That's
now,
all right.
look, off of that. Now you say she's a minimalist. Yeah, the white still good to go. Window still do need to go, but
I got you. I
but
got you.
on
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So now we got a white bag, right? We
Hmm.
still can have the base of it being white, and
Hmm.
we can still, let's say, like a tree branch or a tea leaf or something coming off the
Hmm.
side, like you
Hmm.
seen like Rise Coffee. Like we
Hmm.
can. Let me look at this.
Hmm.
Rise Coffee. All right, this one right here. Like, so something, it can be something simple like this, but with white.
Yeah.
So it's still a nice minimalist design.
Hmm.
Like instead of the brown is white, we can get, like I said, either a tea flower
That's what
or
I
some
want.
type of leaf or flower, herb type deal coming off of it. So let's say if this tea was like the key ingredient in this tea was hibiscus, we could put a hibiscus flower instead type deal. Or
Hmm.
coming off the side or whatever type deal.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
lastly, this is while we here, let's see there. Like look at there above the fold
Yeah.
while we already here. I was like this he got it. There you go. Bam. So much information is already above the fold here as well. And
Hmm.
this that product page. Let's go to the home page. They got a button immediately. Rise Coffee, heal your mind. They got a little slurp and a picture. Oh, but they got that up top. It's it could be.
Okay.
I believe it can be a little better, but it's still decent above the fold.
Yeah.
Still a lot of information above the fold
But they already have a reputation, so
in
that's
that
good.
part too. So they can get away with a little.
Play a little bit more, yeah. But I got you. I am I get it.
All right. Yeah, I'm just like, oh yeah, let's look at their above the fold while I'm here. 'Cause I never actually checked out their above the fold, so that's why
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, while I'm here, let's look at it real quick. But so definitely we can still go with the white packaging with simplistic designs, and of course on the back panel we'll have we can give that's where we can actually give them even more information on what the particular blend and stuff like that type deal. And then we also can, necessarily, you don't have to start digital print it. We can still design it to the point where, it's a white bag. You get white bags and then you get a
Mhm.
white label. So it still gets
Mhm.
the illusion it's white on white. And
Mhm.
you got the hibiscus on it and stuff like that with the name of the brand, the name of the actual blend, maybe key ingredients. And so that way, if emergency happen, oh, let me just order a bunch of these white bags, right? And I think Uline do carry white as well. I know I get
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
got
yeah,
some.
yeah.
So you can
I
go
got
straight to Uline and
I
get.
got some already.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, you go straight to Uline. You can go to your local if it's super emergency, like you can't wait 2 weeks. You can go to your local print shop and tell them, hey, I need a 4x6 of this label. I need 100 of them right now. And they print it out, give it to you next day, and at least bam, 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 you're back in business. Versus, with the tubes, you ran out of tubes. Like I said, you're talking 45 days on, and that's for a low quantity. And they're gonna actually tax you when it comes to, oh, you want a custom? Oh, you got, and they like to do every, like, let's say if the MOQ is, 2,000, that's 2,000 just on one flavor. not,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
can I
yeah, they
mix and
took.
match? They be like, nah.
Yeah, yeah,
I looked into it.
a lot of them, what they're doing is, or a couple of them, what they're doing is they're like, they'll have their MOQ. And
Hmm.
then what's brilliant is a lot of companies, if you, I don't know if you noticed, they'll have a label on the outside. So you can get a large quantity, but
Hmm.
then here you put your label on the outside. So you'll have the different MOQs.
Yeah, you'll put the
So
sticker on it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so you're doing two things, which to me at this point is not ideal, but I was like, okay. So I'm stuck right now. I've rewired my thinking at least for the next 2 quarters, maybe year on
Mhm.
pouches. So I'm rewired now.
I'm
But thank you
saying
for that.
pouches is solid.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, like we had jars, so we had the plastic jars when we was in our physical store, and when we did like the refillable method,
Mhm.
and yeah, the jar people enjoy. And I did a survey as well. Once we left my store, I surveyed every customer who I had their phone number of, and they did like the jar, not necessarily too, but they did like the jar because it's easy to scoop out of and stuff like that. But at the same time, I respect their decision, so I'm late. I'm gonna come later with like tans and jars later. But starting out, this was best.
Yes. Okay. I got you. I'm with it.
And then you can upsell them, later on, craft tubing if you want to like do like thicker, bigger ones and stuff instead of doing tans. Because you know my because Maya, she do. I can see her being, she likes something that she can decompose and stuff like that. I can see that for her. But right now, while we getting off the ground, hey Maya, can you just put this in the recycle bin at least?
Mhm.
You gotta compromise for the pricing, availability, and you have to come up with something that you really can scale. But it's always better to start somewhere and
Mhm.
upgrade versus
Mhm.
upgrade and have to downgrade randomly.
Mhm. Yeah.
And everybody know tubes, tens and stuff like that. That's for T. That's always an upgrade. That's an
Mhm.
upgradable thing. If you went from there, like being your main thing that you sold out of to this, they're gonna be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
They go like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like, what we doing, Kimberly? Like, you hurting or something? Like, why we changing up? We don't like these bags. But if you start off with the bags and be like, hey, now we got tens or we got tubes in now that you can pay an additional, $5 for to have that, and you still can sell them here. So now once they buy the tube once, now these are refillable. Like this is the pouch to refill the tube up. Got you.
Mhm. Yeah, I like the Converse.
And then so let's continue. So, and one thing we definitely want to do, like you got bestseller for your collection, right? Because people do want to know like what sells best for you. So it's good that it's here. I would definitely put it above this bundle,
Mhm.
but the way you have it, it's already requesting them to, actually click and go and see something.
Mhm.
What I would do in this case scenario is I would just have it pretty much listed out. So once again, let's come back to my muse, my baby,
Mhm.
and go back to the home page, scroll. So bam, so you can see my bestsellers right here.
Mhm.
And they can easily click in. They can once again they can see based off reviews, like oh, they do got a lot of reviews. So it
Mhm.
seems like people they can really see like people do like these. This ain't just some tea I tossed up here and called it bestseller. So it's like
Mhm.
the social attached with social proof.
Mhm.
But then I also can go into each individual T and read more however they see fit type deal.
Mhm.
So when we talking about want to advertise our best sellers, we want to show them each one so they can do the research and they can see like why it's the best seller type deal. Um, let's see reviews solid, lower BP and sugar solid, solid. Eh, I ain't got nothing to say about your reviews. I spare you. Not just playing. Yeah, no, but your reviews are solid for sure. Only thing if I were to criticize, which even I know personally, this is kind of hard, is
In the
getting more faces beside the pictures with your reviews,
yeah,
so we can
which
show that we actually show people with it type deal.
Yeah, which some people sent me their pictures, so I have to kind of upload it, I guess.
Hmm.
A couple of people, two people.
Got you. So definitely, the more, and this for any web page in any industry, any company, whatever, the more you can show faces besides your products, the better.
Mhm.
Because it's showing like who, it's like giving it personality. It's showing you who you serve. Like
Mhm.
when Maya come and she see a black woman with the product saying it worked for her because she had high blood pressure, Maya relating like, oh, okay, they service that person looks like me, so it looks more relatable. I can trust this brand a little bit more. So anytime you can show more imagery of your product with faces is always good because especially since we coming from a world or an era of drop shippers. Like
Mhm.
drop shipping was crazy everywhere, people was getting scammed. So when they don't see like a lot like hands and body parts and stuff like that with the on your page, it does like make them hesitate. It really does because that's what drop shippers did. Drop shippers didn't have the access to, have those type of photos initially. So they just did photos like these right here and was scamming people. So you gotta make sure anytime you can get a photo of someone or anything, definitely upload it, use it, use and abuse it. Like so like even this first photo, you can tell this was taken at like a legit house. You can tell this wasn't no photo rendered thing.
Mhm.
And photo rendering, that's when they make like a digital concept of what you're trying to tell them. So once again, these UGC, you can tell these are literally real people that was drinking the tea. And so that's where you just have to go with type deal. Try to see with more imagery. Featured products. So here, why do I care that they're featured?
I don't see that.
Huh?
I said I don't see that. I don't see why you care.
Oh, okay. Yes. Like what's so like why are these are the feature products?
Mhm.
Like you need to tell me like, oh, these are, featured product or these are the best products for, women or hygiene, whatever, or pizza or, bloating, tell me like what's unique. And it only gotta be problem centric, it can be flavor centric, like instead of just saying featured products, tell me like you have to tell me what I need, like what I should be looking for out of this.
Mhm.
And then blog posts on the homepage. I normally don't do instead of blog posts on the homepage. This would be better as maybe recipes on the homepage. Like they still blogs, but it's recipes.
Mhm.
So you lead them to different blogs about recipes. Let's see if they hit view all. Okay, good. It definitely take them to a different page. That's good. Then let's see footer. So yeah, we definitely need some more information down here in the footer on the
Mhm.
aspect of, who you are once again, what you stand for, any type of impacts that you're doing. Let's say like you plant a tree every time somebody buy a bag of tea, anything, let's say if you're offering, affiliate program, about us, contact us, how to reach out to you, your policies, like you
It should be there. Oh, it's there.
no, so you see this mine's right here, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You
Why is
see, especially this part. Our product is not intended to diagnose it.
Mhm.
That part for sure. Especially
Yeah,
talking about tea and wellness. That's
yeah, the
that's like to cover our
disclaimer.
butt. Yeah,
But there's nothing.
nothing.
Oh,
You have
okay.
nothing on yours,
All
right?
right. Oh, I got you. Got you. Gotta fix that. And
Mm.
not just fix that. I gotta fix everything. But I got
No, no, I got you. Yeah.
you.
Okay, so and once all of this, what we just talking about, that's just your homepage.
Mhm.
Now, if we actually go to a product page, right?
Mhm.
Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Mhm. not horrible now at all. Okay, not horrible at all. So one thing though, when it comes to your product images, right?
Mhm.
They're one, as you see, not one, they are not all the same size for consistency reasons.
Okay.
So one thing I like to do, I'll go to Canva. Like in this situation, I'll go to Canva and I will go to Instagram posts, which is 1080 by 1080 pixels. And I will redo all of these in 1080 by 1080 pixels. So that way, and re-download them and upload them. So that way when they show up on the actual website,
Mhm.
there we go. When they all show up on the website, they all the same size.
Consistent. Yeah, okay, got you.
Hmm. And
Mhm.
even the tea bags, all the same size.
Yeah.
So then let's go back real quick. So the other thing I would do, try to find a consistent way you want to at least have that first picture be. Because we got to lay down with hairs here. We got, stand up with the pot in the back here. We got like out on a terrace here.
Mhm.
Try to find a consistent way that you want to post.
Mhm.
And I do definitely recommend getting photo rendering done. So photo rendering is when they create just a digital version of your packaging and product type deal. And another thing, when you do photo renderings, it's hard. Like let's say for this window one right here,
Mhm.
that's going to be expensive because they got to mimic every little small ingredient. So that's another reason why I don't do windows is
Mhm.
because with window packaging, it gets complicated when they're trying to mimic what's in that window versus this, this is way easier. So that's no reason why windows need to go out the door. You
Mhm.
talking maybe $10, $15 image here for them to recreate, that packaging, that bag there, and you may be talking $50 to just this one. So $50 an image to recreate the same thing, but just because it got a window and they have to go and copy each one like real detail with the herbs to make it look as realistic as possible. So definitely that. If you look at mine, so this is a photo rendering right here. So just like a clean cut version of your product, where
Mhm.
even if they zoom, you see you can read everything that's on it when it's zoomed in.
Yeah.
But it's just like a clean cut version of it. Mandatory, no. If we're talking impact between mid, then low, mid, and high, I say this like a low mid now. It's good to have, especially when you're talking about email campaigns, creating static images and stuff like that. It's good to have, but it's like right between mid low. It ain't like super important. That it ain't important enough that it should be a mid tier. But it's not something that you should look over to be a low tier type deal. So definitely that. Um, and then so photo renderings would be good here, for example, with your bundle. Instead of
Mhm.
having to put two pictures side by side and take the picture and then have to go and have to cut, edit, do all that other stuff, you could just simply get all three photo renderings and group them together, such as like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Mhm. Mhm.
as simple as that. And then she got name and what cheese are inside. So if they want to go and look up the individual cheese, they could do so. Um, But so that's where photo renderings like really come in handy, especially when you're talking about bundling, sale events and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So that's why I don't want to say it's low impact, but it's not
Mhm.
super heavy impact. Not to get started and to start generating sales. I don't want to say it's like a medium impact at all.
Got you.
But yeah. And then of course, getting like sometimes you'll have stuff like these and stuff that you necessarily can't get photo rendered because it may once again, like I said, maybe $50. But
Mhm.
if you can mimic, the theme of what you're already going with, you'll get away with it. Because even if we look at Sister T's, like making sure it's 1080 by 1080 pixels.
Mm-hmm.
But like the straight white bag, like this is a picture of me that I took. Yeah, I took all these pictures actually, but this is just a simple picture though. If we go to the honeys, it's all. Why my honey's not showing? I look into that. Oh, it's page two. That's maybe why. All right, there we go. We're going to the honeys. Once again, you see just that 1080 by 1080 in a consistent photo rendered bottle. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing like next what I need to do with these is actually get them and like at least have a picture of me pouring them into something like honey dripping or something. I think that would
Mm-hmm.
be good as like a second image. So you see how like when I hover over, it shows
Yeah.
like the cup. So that's what I'm saying. So if I hover over this, since there's no second image, it's just there. I feel like, if I had a second image of porn, this is like that part of that conversion rate optimization. It could be as simple as that to get more people to buy, increase buy. But these sell out. No, I must tell you, all of them. I got to restock as we speak. But just that in general, that thought process.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's go back action inside the T again. We got reviews here full of hers. Definitely have a if you can get a quick then I doubt you know a coder that could do so because once again a lot of stuff depends off like runs off of your theme. So like it's such like if we I hate
I
to
see yours are yellow.
I hate to keep going back to me.
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
But see, like this little smaller thing right here, so they can
Mm-hmm.
quickly get like, oh, what's the flavor notes of this tea? Because once again, if we're talking about above the fold, like
Mm-hmm.
what all can you give them above the fold before to help them make that decision quicker? Like once again, we got all the normal header stuff. We got a picture, we got information inside of the carousel. I want to show this picture, like quick little information inside the carousel, the name of the product. And now we got the flavor notes and that it got a lot of reviews all above the fold. Like
Mm-hmm.
even me, I need to cut this out. I'm gonna talk to my actual coder today to cut this out so that way this get pushed up and then I make it even get the price above the fold as well once I do that.
Gotcha.
So if we look once again at yours, let's go inspect. Let's see how above the fold look. Pretty close, close. I'm not close. So you have space though, is what where you can add, a flavor profile block up here type deal. 1 second. My phone's going crazy. Hold on. Uh, version two, version one. All right. Wait, test V2 and V3. Okay, bet. All right, bet. So So you definitely do have like your above the fold here is pretty solid. Like I said, especially once we actually, cut this in half, this stuff gonna get moved up. So your price is actually gonna be here as well. So that's solid. But I would definitely recommend adding some type of text block. I'll definitely and then you can take your name. They already know you here. So you can
Mm-hmm.
definitely take your name off from here. And of course, like I said, so this may can be replaced with a quick synopsis of the flavor profile of the tea that this may be perfect of where to put it at for you. Or you can even entertain you got the review block. If we have enough space, tossing with the logo getting moved up, that means everything else gonna shift up. If you have enough space, actually put in a review, like one review up there, like your most popular or like your most liked review up there will help with converting on that page more And then of course you'll have it change depending on each of the blends.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So mm, add card shop pay, more payment options. You showing cool. You know, a lot of white space. Try to get rid of it if possible. And so, honestly, a lot of stuff I'm doing though, I'm giving you a mixture of advanced and starting. So, like when I say like trying to get rid of this extra space right here,
Mhm.
that's just like advanced strategy on the aspect of trying to convert more. You know, when you get a nice a lot of traffic coming in, where you can afford a coder to come back and come back and clean up some things.
Yeah.
I don't think you need all of everything I'm saying is all startup need. It's I will point out like what's first.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like like a journey for sure. Uh,
Yeah. I like your rating scale, low, mid, high.
yeah, I try. All right, so been description. Mhm. All right, so a lot of stuff that you got in your description, you already have down here. So how to make a cup, top benefits, or you can just say benefits in general, and you can highlight those as the top, and then below it you can do all the other benefits. Who is this for and how to use it. You already got how to use it. Who is this for? Someone scroll with information. That could be its own tab still. So you may feel this tea wraps you up in comfort and warmth. It's a creamy blend. See, like this right here could be if you don't want to keep it short and you want to really sell, like that could be what comes up here.
Which is what? What was this?
This in because remember I told you can go like put like whatever flavor, like the flavor profile.
Oh,
Yeah, so I got
I
warm
just,
total spice.
I was writing down a note, so I didn't see what you were pointing
Oh,
to move
got you.
up.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
So instead of full of herbs here,
Uh-huh.
if you can get a short description, like where you can put a little bit of text in it, and you put this there,
Oh, you make, I
that
got you.
that will that would definitely help more than just having full of herbs there. This will
Got you.
help you convert online better. And then you also can remove it down here, which also will save you another drop down tabs when it comes to
Mhm.
space. Product ingredients, that's solid. Dietary preferences, that's solid. T type. Do you do sachets at all? You,
No.
all right, so we can get rid of this. They'll learn that it's just tea bags. I mean, they'll learn this all loosely. So that
Mhm.
will save you another tab. Doo, doo, doo. You also be like, and then even on the product pages, which I'm a victim of this still too. I need to go back and do it myself as well. But even like everything here, like below, you can go back and like spruce it up for the individual tea. So like I'm with you right now. I'm being lazy. I did that, and I'm like, how I got the reviews for that tea, and now this is the most I got, which is pretty much a video of how to actually make it or whatever. What I need to go back and do, and what I'm advising that you come up and then that once again this is later. This isn't now. As you see, I hit a million without doing it now. But what you need to do, and I should have been dead, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty too, is on this page how did he change his? No, Mosey, you supposed to be a reference. So green level rubbish. Yeah, this is T page. He just changed it up a little. Okay, got it. So see how this is his page, this is his tea, Orbis Lavender. So after he, trying to sell you, right below it, he got more information specifically about that one tea. So once again, improved digestion, boost energy, support immunity. All right, so key highlighting key benefits of drinking that one tea. This is information pertaining, once again, that one tea. And then he goes into, why buy it. Now he's bragging about his brand just in case they're a first time person. And yeah, try these recipes, not even related to the tea necessarily. This is just like other sales, but it's that first part, like this part right here is what will be dope to do later on, and what I need to do currently on the aspect of when you come to the brand, when you come see that one T, it's not general information. It's actually information that the people will actually find valuable. So like right now, this is just general. I got it on all my product pages, and it's just showing you how to make the tea. Show you a video. Like enjoy as iced tea or lemonade, like, and I'm just showing you how to do it.
Mhm.
Compared to once again my actual funnel page that I actually do send my traffic to. Like this is how I should treat my product pages, like my funnel page. So instead of this, it would be the product and stuff like that, all the other information, and then right after I should start with having this there, so I build that trust or credibility. Having more information about Blue Moon itself here, so why Blue Moon is the right choice, or that, or Blue Moon information. It can be something generic sounding as well, but it has, like, he has the box of, oh, it's no caffeine. It does have antioxidants and panthenol, the ingredients, the origins, the brewing. Like I should have this for my teas already as well, but I don't. I got to get on it too. But
Mhm.
and then of course, like I said, at the end, it end up being like a sales page. So why choose us versus the next option? Da da da. How to make it? All that. All this stuff should be on the end of all of my pages right now, but it's not. So as you see, he actually already doing it. But once again, this is a process that will come later, more advanced. Once sales start generating, you get a high volume of traffic. This is something that you'll want to look forward to for sure later. Because as I showed you on mine, I'm slacking on it myself, and it may be costing me a little extra sales, but and not enough to say like it's hurting drastically. So I say this is later on. So I say it's mid impact. And definitely I say like a rebrand would be dope. Cause like even like this at the bottom, this don't give me Mia, this give me like a young hipster, some a vibrant, this give me like a Maria, like a white girl Maria wanting to get her boba latte or something. It gives me like a more playful vibe.
Yeah, that might be an app that's doing that. That is an app. So
Oh
okay,
yeah,
I'll go into that. Yeah, yeah. Good. Thank you.
no problem. Because you gotta remember about 90% of your traffic is mobile. So
Yeah.
that's why I always look when I do this. I try to look as much as mobile as possible. But product page solid, and you don't have a landing page. That's definitely something you will want when you run the ads. But and that's just because you can hyper focus on whatever specific problem that you're running the ad for. So for example, with me is inflammation. So I send all of my traffic that clicks on my inflammation ads directly here, because this I talk to them exactly about inflammation. Um, relate to them. I understand where you are, and then I tell them how tea helps with inflammation specifically. I don't talk about, oh yeah, it's also good for sleep. It's also good. I don't talk about none of that on this page. It's all inflammation related. So then, and then, like I said, the bottom is back to like bragging. Even like the reviews that's on here is all inflammation related. FAQ, inflammation related. And so that's something that you do when you run ads, you do need to develop. And this is directly into my Shopify store, and it can be the same for you as well. So when we're talking about growing, that priority is high. Like
Mhm.
you need a landing page. Like it makes a world difference. You need a landing page.
Mhm.
So that is definitely high.
Yeah.
So
And the landing page is still part of the website. It's just
Yes,
me.
yes, and no. It depends how you do it.
Okay.
That's the tricky part. So for mine, I had my coder coded into like the certain sections and stuff I wanted into my theme. So it's actually part of Shopify and I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to pay a monthly subscription and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, or you can go the other way. The other route is like gem pages, page fly, Shogun,
Mm-hmm.
Replo, sections. It's so many that, well, of course, like I said, you have to pay that way,
Mm-hmm.
but it's giving you it's an external app that you still can embed into your Shopify, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not your Shopify, if
Got
that
you.
makes
That's
sense.
what I was at. Okay, good. I've heard both, so now I understand.
Yeah, so because when it comes to actually like doing it in Shopify, let me open it up.
I find it incredible that people are actually buying from me online. So
Oh yeah, that's the only way I want it for now, because
that's the only way I want to. I need to get out of the market. My body's breaking down. But I crack up. I'm like, these people are actually buying? Because on the market I sell for 24. Mhm.
yeah, so here we go. So this is actually that's us.
Mhm.
Um, so when we actually go to themes, go to customize, like so since I have actually coded into my theme, all I have to do is go to pages, and go to inflammation page. I think my inflammation one right here. And bam. So it's still Shopify editor. Um,
Mhm.
and my coder, I worked with him for a minute to get it the way I want it to. On the
Mhm.
aspect of anything here, I pretty much can edit easily. So now,
Good.
once I pay him once for the information, I got the template exactly how I want it.
Mhm.
Now
Mhm.
I can easily just go back in here, and now let's focus on detox.
Mhm. You could copy it and now
Yeah,
create detox.
yeah.
Good.
Now it's a detox page.
Mhm.
Okay, bet, detox it wasn't converting well, bump all that. Let's try to go for immunity, you know.
Mhm.
Let's like it's easy just to just duplicate these pages and go and redo them on the front end or top side. But overall, the concept is still the same. Like the flow of how this is laid out is still the same.
Mhm.
It's just easier. And then once again, I'm not paying for gem pages. After you get 5 pages, they want to increase the price. I don't gotta worry about none of that. It's all inside of my Shopify, rent free.
That's right.
So that's why I say that's high impact. If out of the two, I'm pretty sure you see which way I would lead you to go, but that
Mhm.
way is more upfront expensive because it
Mhm.
depends on like exactly what you want, and then whatever coder you get or coder
Mhm.
you find, and then most coders just code; they don't actually design as well.
Mhm.
So that's why I say it can be more expensive going that route,
Mhm.
but it is highly convertible. And like I said, long term, like I said, I don't pay gym pages and none of them no money. So because it's my theme.
Mhm.
So just keep that in mind. Either way can work.
Mhm.
The reason why I had to specifically code is because the way I wanted to market on my landing page, this part right here. So when they hit select flavors, I wanted the people to be able to select what flavor they wanted and add it to a cart. If you
Mhm.
go gem pages or any other route, most of the time it's like a 1, 2, 3 type product. So if we go, there we go. If I get a brain fart. Slash pages slash 5 reasons with 3 S's, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So this one was on like a gem pages, right? So
Oh, what pages?
gem pages, that's an app that help you make
Oh, got you, got you,
pages.
got you, got you.
So this one is on gem pages, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Um, but when it comes to like, at making your product, adding your products, it's more of like, oh, you making
What to do.
bundles. It's better to do it this way, where
Mhm.
but you have to make the decision for the customer what's in each bundle
Mhm.
versus the customer having the freedom to be like, oh yeah, I want to buy three. I want the white citrus, the lemon rose, and the sandalwood. They
Mhm.
can't. They won't be able to do that on this page unless they got the full bundle. But they only wanted three. So that's why on here now I wanted them to be able to be like, okay, I only want those three. They just add those three to their cart. So that's why I had to find a coder to code it into my website versus using a secondary third party app like Gem Pages, Shogun, Pagefly, Replo, Sections, to because they only will have the capability of this versus the other option.
Mhm. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, we halfway done.
Okay. Yeah,
Nah,
I love it. I love it.
huh?
I said I love it. I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
I told you, I know I always say it's a 1 hour clock call, but I give you everything. It never lasts 1 hour. It never does.
I made time for this. So, because after my calls, I usually kind of debrief over my notes.
Uh-huh.
That that is one of the number one ways I train when I do. We used to do a lot of. I used to do a lot of training and public speaking engagement. So that's the number one way to bump up retention,
Got you. Okay, so
knowledge retention.
next we about to switch gears into the marketing efforts that you have done in the past.
Yeah.
So
I'm going
I'm gonna need
to.
you to share your screen again
Yep.
and
Um, are
add
you not seeing my screen now?
no, 'cause I closed it so you can see mine.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So yeah, I wanna also open up your ad manager so I can see what type
Mhm.
of numbers you was getting before, and I can see what type of yep, hit campaigns. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Now you good. And so that way I can see what numbers you was getting before, how the past marketing agency, how they was on marketing it and stuff like
okay.
that type deal.
So, so this is the marketing agency.
Uh,
These two is the start of my call with Meta Pro,
hmm
the Meta Pro, which they were trying to build a framework, which we never finished because the guy ghosted me. I haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from the guy.
Yeah, maybe for the best, honestly.
Okay. All right. He
So
was he was over jobbed in the conversation, I can tell, but there you go. All right.
so
Mm,
let's go. All right, so they give you a budget $32 a day. They're doing a CBO campaign. And what did they test? Oh, actually, hold on. Let me customize. Oh, they already got a custom. Let's see what their custom was. All right. All right. So I'm gonna edit their custom that they did.
Oh, I told you my ROAS was point 0.7, it's point 0.3.
Then that's just for this ad. Maybe it's point 0.7. Hold on.
Ah, so I'm gonna try not to be emotional, which is upset. The emotion is I'm upset.
Get rid of some of this other stuff that don't matter.
Oh,
Amounts,
I
purchase your ad, metaverse. We just care about purchases in general. Purchase your ads. Definitely push that up. Don't care when it ends. Don't care when it's scheduled. I ain't gonna flex. They kind of lazy because they ain't even care to delete like the stuff that the data they really ain't don't want. These are lazy
that would be one of the top descriptions.
of your experience with them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so you see that they was being lazy.
Mm-hmm. For the top. let me tell you, I'm on the phone with them, first first call, and they're saying, your company is this, see, and they're sharing the screen and they're scrolling through and they're saying, this is your company website, this is what it looks like. They gave me an audit, this is what it looks like, and your company should be doing this. It was a
Mhm.
totally different company. Mhm.
You're
So
lying.
no. And so I was like, oh, I'm full of herbs. And they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm just showing you this for demonstration. So you are saying, look, let me go over here. This is the inspo. So they tried to back out of that conversation, but then kept doing it in the conversation, referring to my company, but it was a totally different company. It was a furniture company.
Complete different company. That's funny.
Hmm. Yeah.
What I didn't click, so let me get CPC up here. All right, bet. All right, this should be better. And that's used at the campaign level. Cool. No, I don't care about that. Set name. Edit. Get that off. Apply. All right. So now I can quickly, like now that your columns are set up this way, we can quickly get the information that we want or that we need. So if we go back to the ad set level now, so oh my. Let me hold on. I gotta make sure I'm in the right. Okay. All right. So off rip, first of all, that $305, all of that went to just this one ad in this one group. They didn't even test these other two that they put here.
Mhm.
So they didn't even test these two audiences. And then, so when they actually did, the all money went only into one ad,
Mhm. And I think it was 1,000. It
which
was
is
more
this.
than 300 total.
How?
I think it was more than 300 total.
Yeah. Then no, according to this, they spent from how long were you working with them?
Oh, I
That's
think
what.
it was, yeah, I think you don't have the time since February, I think.
All right, so we do February to today.
Maybe put in January as well. Put in
Okay.
January one, just to be sure. Yeah, to today. Yeah, I fired them
All right.
and
Okay. Bet. All right.
there you
It's
go.
a little better.
Okay.
Okay. I was gonna say that's wild, but yeah. So your ROAS, so working with them, yeah, your ROAS was a point 0.3.
Masa dear.
Working with them.
My mother-in-law, sorry.
I know you fine.
Yeah.
Nah, so yeah, your ROAS overall was a point 0.3 working with them. So that pretty much meant every dollar you put in, you got 30 cents back out. So you losing money for sure.
Mm.
Let's see. Just ooh, ooh. Cost per result 125 per purchase, and you only got nine. And you spent a total 1,500 on ads. So that's not even including the fee, like their fee.
It's worse than that because all nine of these, well, all eight of these are all my referrals. They're all my people.
Uh-huh. So pretty much and ooh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I understand. Oh.
See, I sound fired up. I'm gonna calm down now.
Oh no, me too. I'm about to cry over here. I'm whew, like, oh, because like this is like, so as you saw, like when I'm passionate about, helping my peoples. And there's so many people out here that scam. Like I could say this is a scam. They don't know what the hell they're doing, and they want to charge top dollar and spend all your dollar. And it's people like you who really just want help and want it to work because you
Mhm.
actually want to get your message through your product out there. And I'm not even saying like, hey, you come with me, it's guaranteed to happen. But at least I'm gonna definitely make sure that you have the information and you're set up right. And we may have to do some other testing. So you ain't getting a point 0.3 with me. I'm gonna tell you that for sure.
Mhm.
But like, and then when it comes to this now, like this is old way, this old Facebook targeting. Now, this should have done better. than all of them because this is leaving it to Facebook AI to find your people.
Mm.
And how the algorithm works is, the first day, you send it out there, it's going to go to everybody. And how it works, it try to base off who actually clicked and try to see
Mhm.
what do they have in common. So once again, if we got 5 people, let's say it's 10 people and only 5 of them click, and let's say all 5 of those people they like drink, they're real into nature. Bam. So next day you go out, it's going to send it to 10 more people. All 10 of these people all like nature, but let's say only 3 of them click this time, this day. So what do all 3 of these people? um they drink tea. So okay, bet. So now we got 2 pinpoints. These people love natural stuff and they drink tea. Okay, bet. Let's go farther down. Next day, they send it out to 10 people again. And let's say, 7 people click this time. So when 7 people click, let's say these 7 all have been recently searching about inflammation, following Facebook pages about inflammation and stuff like that. So, okay, bet. So next, then the following day is like, okay, bet, we still learning your audience, but it's like honing in more and more. And it's in the way how you target your audience is through your actual creative, your ad. So that which kind of rolls perfectly into the next thing I'm about to say, which is your creative. Like this creative don't tell me like, hey, I
Oh, I was so mad. When this came up, I was pissed. But there you go. Okay.
this, this creator is not telling me, Maya, come shop with me because I got some good tea that fits your values and that can help you with whatever issue that you're going through right now. This is just saying, hey, I got tea for you. That's all it's saying, and barely saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
something about static images. Static images, yes, they are greatly profitable, but you have to test a lot to find what is profitable. So you can't just say, you can't just come up with 3 images, put them up there, and they're gonna work. You like when I recently started testing static images because I've been video and you want a nice balance in your ad account. So I just started testing, and what I do for my test is I got my graphic designer to make me 20 images based off a template I gave him regarding how inflammation helps, how the T for inflammation helps, right? I got him to do 20, and I started testing 5 at a time minimum, and I'm testing them like at $200 a day budget, so it's enough money going into them in 3 days, so I could really get results as quick as possible. And I would say literally like out of those right now, out of those maybe 3 is performing. So it's that one is like you got to test a lot so you can find what are the good ones, and then you add them to what I call your winning campaign. But
Yeah.
starting out, videos are better. Whether
Yeah.
that's customer testimonials, whether that's you as an owner talking about your tea, or is that what even if it's that's UGC, which is user generated content. So that's like you like your friend that would be like a UGC type joint where she's on there. She's like, yeah, this tea is good for inflammation. My bones was hurting, my back was aching. I always felt tired. Then I had this tea. Like that would be way like you cannot get that same thing, like that same energy level and those same like that conversational feel out of an image. So that's why starting out videos are better.
Mhm.
And it's a game for sure.
Okay.
But based off of this already, I can
That
see why you wasted $1,500.
I'm so hot because I told him. But the other thing is, I had very little knowledge, and this is just a testimony what I used to teach. Learn about the thing so that
Mm-hmm.
you hire somebody,
Mm-hmm.
if you're really hiring somebody.
And that's my main thing. That's why I was gonna come into this game like being a full on agency, telling agencies back and left and right, like yeah, 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 I can run your business for you, I can do it for you, and then get a team on it and stuff like that. But I'm like, I want to give people the power to know what the heck I'm talking about before I run ads for them. So that's why I teach it before I even think about like actually becoming like an agency running your thing for you. And it also helps me out because you brand one thing if unless you know someone personally and or you like you really feel like you can trust them with all your might because of they've been already helping other people make millions. Do
Mhm.
not go with any agency that will come to your account, see your account is empty, pretty much like brand new, pretty much empty,
Mhm.
and say, "Oh yeah, we got you." Don't go with them because even this is what I learned recently because I was that person who tried to go into a brand new account. It
Mhm.
is hard going into a brand new account with no data and you over here, you already know your client want to like they're not in a position where they can pay you a lot, but
Mhm.
you over here trying to toss. It's like tossing finding a needle in a haystack when you
Mhm.
coming into a brand new account and you're trying to run ads. So that's why like even now my strategy is I want to teach you, Kimberly, right? I want to teach you how to run your own ads and how like the psychological and how it works, how to lay out all that stuff is. I want to teach you, and then once you find, I call it your acquisition recipe. Once you find your acquisition recipe, meaning once you find the flow, the recipe, whatever you want to call it, the steps it takes to get someone to acquire your next customer, and you start running that, you start on because once it's positive, you're just gonna keep giving Facebook money. So
Mhm.
once you actually find that, that's when you really start generating income. And once you get to the point where you like, hey, Kanan, look, I've been doing it. I got success. But I just don't like constantly have to look at my ad account. Or I don't constantly like, I don't like this part of business. Then you can, oh yeah, so can you handle it, Kanan? That's when I will step in as an agency for you type deal
Mhm.
because at that point I'm coming to something that's already working and I just have to, may have to test more. I may have to do little small modifications, but based off your data, I can read and understand, how you got where you got to and some new options that we can start testing to grow you even more.
Mhm.
So anyone who will come to a blank ad account and already red flag because
Yeah.
no real marketer wants to touch a new ad account. I'm gonna tell you that now.
That's what I did. I've talked to
I
like
I
maybe
learned
17.
that now. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I talked to 17. They're like, no, I got you. But this one, they were like, but I'll refer you to somebody. And that's how I got to these people.
hmm
Hmm.
Yeah. So then that's like no real ad account wants, I mean, ad agency wants to deal with a new account because there's so much stuff, especially once again, like you, and especially in their head, you're a low tier client. Like they're not expecting you to come on and spend 3,000, 5,000 retainer immediately. So they
Hmm.
already like, damn,
That's right.
it's a lot of work for even if
That's
they
right.
said $1,000 a month, that's a lot of work to be on $1,000 a month retainer
That's right.
plus ad spend.
That's right.
Then they're gonna be, I bet they ask, oh, what's your budget? And you may was like, trying to do 20, $50 a day budget.
Hmm.
You just discuss them because it takes so long to test at a small budget to find
Hmm.
once again what works. So that's
Hmm.
why the other 16 turned you away.
Hmm.
And that's why even if you like to, Kimberly, I mean, Kane, you know all this right now. Why don't you just, run it? I'm going to tell you no too, because it's a
Hmm.
lot of work.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
It is a lot of work for a small budget for sure.
Yeah.
But that's why. So in the future, then I guess then once again, this is Discovery Call. You're not obligated to pay for anything. This recording you're gonna get. Just got to remind me to send it to you. Cause I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I do forget. Uh, but you just like this. All this you getting all this for free. I'm not like I said. I like to help first. I like to give
Kaden,
you all the information.
you already bought, like when I met you, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
it's real low. It's a affordable, um, it's like to me, it's a lower risk dealing with
hmm
my people, period. So I bought in, I'm ready to go. Like my brother told you, I don't play. I'm very decisive, get the thing
hmm
done. I will get it done. I'll get all the things done because that's how
hmm
my career, if I didn't execute as a consultant,
Mm-hmm.
and have high impact
Mm-hmm.
every time, I wouldn't have had a career. And
Mm-hmm.
so I forget the woman's name, that Black woman that had her show for a long time. That was like the one behind the scene, always doing stuff. And they're like, how did this get done? That's what they used to call me. I don't play. So I'm ready to go. I'm,
Yeah.
it's not even that you sold me. I understand what's going to happen in the future. So I'm ready to go. Do
I'm ready to go. I want to
this.
see one more thing because
I'm ready to do this.
when I say even their setup is crazy. Like
Okay.
I ain't gonna harp on them too much because we both already came to conclusion like this some BS. Uh
Hmm. Yeah,
but don't worry, I would teach you how to do it the proper way
got
with
it.
ease.
I'm
And
ready to go.
so
I'm already planning to do the cost analysis of what it's going to take for me to get out of one of my markets, one of my lower performing markets. I'm in five
mhm,
days so that I can at least have 2 days because I need a day of rest. This is like heavy
mhm,
labor. And I'm experiencing physical exhaustion. So one
mhm,
day to just do the work, study, do the work, study, do the work, get this done. Like I'm ready to
mhm.
go, can't it?
All right, so look, now I ain't gonna beat a dead horse. We already know this ad account is trash right now. We're all
Okay.
due
Yes.
but no,
It's trash.
it's trash.
Trash. And I got
So
somebody now that's kind of doing my social media, which is okay.
what are they doing for your social media?
They
Not,
come by
not
once a
my,
month. They
oh
come by once a month, video meet, get a bunch of stuff on video, and then they do everything from there. They do everything, copy, video, everything. Do you want to see it?
yes.
Okay, I'll
I'll
share
let
it.
you know if you're wasting your money or not.
Yeah, well, she's 125 a month.
Still nice.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So she started putting together something that's really consistent. Did I share it with you?
Yeah, I
Uh,
see it. I see your
my stuff was
Instagram
all
right
over
now.
the place. I don't really like the color profile, but when I tell her to change it, she will. So this is me. This is me before. Okay, wait, that's not even me before. This is me before. This is
Mm-hmm.
me doing my thing, like just throwing stuff out there because I would just be so I was so emotional about posting. I'm like, I don't want my face there. I don't want to do
Mm-hmm.
anything. I don't know what to do. So this is just me, just okay. People said just put anything out there instead of just having no time in there. Then I got this app that will help me do this. So you
Mm-hmm.
a bit of consistency, and then this is just me doing lot like in the moment when I'm in the market, putting stuff up. So that's just me. That's me putting stuff up. These, as you see, this is a template.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see where she starts. She starts because she's just been with me like a couple weeks. She starts here. This is oh no, because she introduced me first. So this is a bit out of order. I'm not sure what I'm seeing. But the first one was introducing me. And then so she had a story in here. Maybe it's not a reel, it's a post. But there you go.
Mm-hmm.
But she started about this time going forward is her. This is me. These are all my posts live. There you go. A reels. But you have control of the screen, right?
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I can ask for it real quick. Hold on.
Oh,
There we go.
there you go.
Um,
That's my guy. I helped him in the moment with his um trichocardium he was
mhm.
having in the moment in the market.
And did you record that or she did?
I did
Okay. So she doing pretty much like these right here.
this and me sipping the herb in my house, me in the swing.
Yeah, and then Oh, this you right here in the swing right here.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right, so for 125, definitely like that price point to have someone who's willing to even come and like do little clips like this and stuff like that for you isn't bad, but her experience level isn't up.
That's what we know. And she was with
Mhm.
me on the meta calls, and the meta guy was on her. He was like, all I can say is quality of the photos, quality of the photos. So she said she's getting new equipment, blah, blah, blah.
Oh man, let me talk to her before she about to go too crazy. All she needs is like a DSL camera. Like she don't need to go too crazy. Sometimes these people will convince
Well,
you.
she said she's getting a ring light. She's still using her
Okay.
phone, but she's doing
Mm,
it. She's using her phone, but she's getting a ring
okay.
light.
Okay. I'm about to say, 'cause I know sometimes Meta they'll have you do too much.
Yeah.
But
She's not
yeah.
trusting of them either. So there you go.
So yeah, it's definitely something that she's something that you can build with though. It is 125. That's it's not, they ain't a month. That's not detrimental. But we
Mhm.
definitely do different types of content. So we'll do a lot of like what I call B rolls, and that's just like tea pouring, tea sipping, maybe tea mixing and blending, like that type of content.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Okay.
and then of course for the ads, yeah, like how you sit down in the swing. We'll have that, but we'll also like have like other types that mix in with it for the ad purposes. And yeah, that'd be solid.
Okay,
Like,
so we're coming up with a treatment for next month. And so because she'll be here, she was going to be here on the first, but I think she's going to be here the following week, the following Monday.
mhm,
We're building the treatment for that now, and that's kind of what we were talking about, like showcasing the product more.
mhm. Because keep in mind, our consumers there, they don't care about you. Like they care about you, but it's about they first. They care about themselves
Mhm.
first. You trying to get that money, so
Yeah,
they gonna look out for themselves first.
yeah.
So that's why we lead with, oh, you got inflammation. And then from those first 5 seconds of saying, if you got inflammation, these teas will help. From that first saying, that gets the customer like, oh shoot, that's their selfishness. They stopping because they selfish. Oh, I got inflammation. I need to solve it. Okay, bet. Now you got them for 5 seconds. Next 5 seconds, you're still talking about it, but you're trying to I'm trying to get you to care because he's in business mode. All right, my bad. 10
Yeah.
seconds. But the next 5 seconds, we giving them, we feeding them more into their selfishness. We telling them like this is how or this is why these teas work for inflammation or how or which teas I recommend for inflammation type stuff. Once again, we still ain't even talking about us at all. We like I think in my ads, I don't talk about us. I think one of the ads, it's cause I normally do like 30-second video ads.
Mhm.
I try to keep it around 30 seconds. Only one of the ads, and it's the one of me. I talk more about us because it was a lot of FAQs, like people asking in the comments, like, "Oh, is it all natural? Is it this? Like, so I did an ad to answer some of those, but it still was like in UGC format, so it didn't even seem like it wasn't like I was like sitting on my phone, like, oh, so y'all ask, is this all natural? Yes, it's all natural. Oh, y'all ask, is it organic? Yes, not one like that. It was like a natural flowing ad where you would think once again it wasn't an ad. It literally started the same thing. These are my favorite three T's that helps with inflammation. And I go about I love this brand. I love this brand. Then here, since it's all natural, all natural, no artificial flavorings, no natural flavorings. The colors from the herbs. We actually like it's going. I don't know why I'm like, um, let me see. Ad library. Let's see if it's actually on today because I ain't even checked my ads yet for today. And this is how you spy on anybody ads that's running ads, by the way.
Yeah, they told me that. And I totally forgot to keep looking at this stuff.
Yeah, see, I don't even got any of my ads on right now. I ain't even because I ain't checking today. But I can show you on my side. Replace current share. Share. All right, cool. Account. Oh shoot. Okay, say less. Apparently, I got paid them too. That's why my ass ain't on. That's fine. I ain't worried. Edit. I'm just trying to show you. So this the ad of me. Um, and like I said, so this was me, not being as selfish, but still
I'm
getting the
so
point across.
bad right now. I'm so sorry. I just got triggered.
With what?
You're just going through boop, 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 boop. Do you know how long it took for this guy to get to eat just one thing, one of my questions, just navigating?
He had
Okay.
confusion.
I'm sorry. I squirreled because I got triggered. This is your ad. I'm so
But,
sorry. This is your
um,
ad.
I must. I want to make sure you hear the sound. So hold on, I'm gonna reshare.
Okay.
Make sure the sound is in it because sometimes, yep, I forget to hit the sound. All right, so share.
Mm, 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 mm.
Work is because they're packed with natural ingredients. If you look for inflammation relief, would you believe me if I say these three will help with that? Let me tell you why. The reason why they work is because they're packed with natural ingredients that's high in antioxidants such as ginger, elderberries, and hibiscus, which helps fight off inflammation. All the blends you actually can enjoy hot or cold. Even though teas have a vibrant color, all of them are artificial free. So no colorings, no flavoring. So literally it's nothing but the herbs. This whole brand is about making tea that tastes good, that's actually good for you. And right now, for first time customers, you can create your own inflammation bundle of teas and save. If you look for inflammation relief, would you believe me if I say these three will help with that? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep,
And
simple.
then and I could even show you the other one that I had to force my wife to do as well.
Three teas that help with inflammation. Let me show y'all my favorite three teas that help with inflammation. Fruity Breeze has antioxidants and vitamin C, which helps combat inflammation. Orange Moroccan Mint has EGCG, which blocks free radicals in the body. Blue Moon has a powerhouse of ginger and soursop leaf, which promotes overall health. And right now, they're running a sale where you could save. Let me show y'all my favorite three teas that help with inflammation.
And there you go. And that's how pretty much it goes. Like those type videos right there definitely converts. The first one is my most popular because once again, I'm leading with the selfishness of my consumer. Like they
Mhm,
don't care who we are, what we do, none of that. That then that second video comes in and answer up some of the questions they have as well. They still
mhm,
ask it on the first video. That's what led to the second video. They even ask it on that video. But at least they still buying, right? We answer questions as long as they buy.
mhm.
But
Okay.
that's where, so think of, the images that they try to run for you as ads compared going against those images.
With a
I mean,
pencil.
those videos.
I knew it, but I said, let me not be the
Mm,
barrier in terms of what's not successful. I just knew it, but I didn't know what the
it
what is. Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
But nah, so we can go to the last part of this conversation,
Sure.
which you see all. I'm pretty sure you learned a lot today already.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my whole goal. On these discovery calls, I want to make sure you learn something. You leave here with something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hopefully like in your head a whole new like half of it is just like getting tossed out and there's a whole new like ton of information
Mm-hmm.
that you got from this. And that's why I don't put no time limit on it. Cause sometimes like, in 1 hour ain't enough, especially when you're doing like a real comprehensive audit of something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going and showing you on your own stuff, not no, oh, PowerPoint. Oh, look, I seen this, I screenshotted this, and I ain't no PowerPoint stuff. This is me actually going on your site, looking
Yep.
at your information and to get everything right. So
Mm-hmm.
so pretty much from here is then the next option from here would be honestly, if you want to continue to,
I do.
ecosystem and stuff like that. Like I told you at the convention, you
Mhm.
join the school group, $75 a month,
Yep,
and
I do.
every Monday you can hop on a call and we
Yep,
can go deeper into. And
it's
that call,
perfect.
that one is an
Love.
hour, but once again, that's to get you started, get everything up for like it's like perfect for that person who just starting out.
Yeah,
And
I just ran upstairs to go get my bag with my payment
oh,
because
she said, I'm trying to start.
I honestly don't have time to like ponder and stuff. I've already pondered on everything and debriefed with my brother. We went back and forth in this conversation about you and your business.
Oh,
So
that's
I don't
nice.
need to
Did he say
ponder.
did he say some bad words about me? Yeah, I don't like that, Blackie. Nah,
I was like, yeah, I was like, you with you. We're not friends yet. I'm just doing the thing. Let's do this.
all right,
I
hold
need to
on.
go. And so Monday's a perfect day for me because that's my off day in the market.
Uh-huh.
So good news, I guess it's the good news, because I was thinking maybe I need to not go to the market today, but Monday I go to my market because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are my biggest days. It kind of holds
Mhm.
things up for me to be able to have ad money.
All right. So this is the school group. You see my screen?
Yeah.
So this side of the platform, look, it's on mobile and it's on desktop. And
Okay.
the main key thing you need to know, and then the one of the main things is when you come to classroom, you for that $75 a month, you automatically get the ad playbook. So this is what I was telling you in person, like that 2 hour course that I recorded.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, the first one is me on a whiteboard, literally
So A
talking
plus stands
out
for Advantage Plus. So we're
everything.
gonna start with Advantage Plus. The reasoning why.
Like literally on a whiteboard. Then the second part is me showing you how it looks in the ad account. Like put like so you see it in action. And this is how you actually set it up from scratch. So how which you already did most of this. The first half is like connecting in the Shopify, getting your pixels and stuff like that. Where you
What's
will come in at would be
with them popping up
more
with the catalog?
like yeah, around after like the first 10 minutes, I want to say. Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is where you pretty much should start really paying attention. And this will get you started with, one pay attention to the videos. If you do them correctly, you should like that should be a solid base to get you started. That will work way better than that marketing agency. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
And you're gonna be like, that's all it took.
Mhm.
After you like this course alone should like so just as much information I give you in person, I put in this course.
Mhm.
Like this course, I want to put like a dollar amount, but I can't. It's just so solid. Like, cause I still go through these same setups still today. Dang, I didn't even see that. She said, "I'm already replying while you talking." No, you good. I never even. That's funny. Nah, but and then so here, this is where you actually ask your questions.
Mhm.
So any other day other than Monday, you got a question, feel free to put it in here when I see it. I come by, I ask, I do comments. I just see people, they like to say when the classes are fire, on what step they are in. People ask questions like, oh, should I turn off the ads now? Da da da. Like people aren't as communicative as they should be. And I encourage you to ask questions, even though you're not in my other like the actual mentorship, because mentorship does cost more, and that's every Wednesday, like I said, and that's like hard niche like in there.
Mhm.
But even this used to be a free side, but even in the lower side of you just pay your $75, you in here, get your
Mhm.
value. Get your value. So ask your questions. I will answer it. Put if you got let's say you create a video in your social media manager, she create a video, put it
Mhm.
in here and be like, oh, what do y'all think about this? And you can tag me and then everyone can, we can tell you how we feel type deal. I would
Mhm.
tell you for sure, like, yeah, I would change this, and this. And but that's a smaller investment than, every time we talk, you waiting on a Monday call, and you only get me maybe 5 minutes because let's say that one call, five people wanted to show up. It was going in detail for everybody type deal,
Mhm.
So definitely feel free to ask your stuff before it happens. Like ask your as you go doing things, feel free to ask questions. So that's
Mhm.
what you're paying the $75 a month for. That and like I said, the general call. And if you go to calendar, you can always see general calls every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern.
These are all my days off, Mondays and Wednesdays.
But this is
I
just
got you. I'm starting with, yeah, I know that's your
that's the
advance.
mentor. Okay. Now I have to tell some people for sure. You'll be amazed. But yeah, and then as you see, bam. So you in here now because you
Yeah,
already see it.
yeah. For
Um,
whatever reason, I can't click on anything. Maybe it's because we're in the call, but I can't complete my bio, my profile. I'll
are
figure
you
it.
are you about to edit your profile? Yeah.
Oh, it just says do the Facebook.
All right.
All right, good. I'm excited. I appreciate this. I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this because it's just been like swarming around in my head with a lot of frustration of
Mm-hmm.
like, how did I just do this? I'm like, there's steps. I know there are. Just do
Mm-hmm.
this, do this, do this. So I've been like doing all that you see is me, 100% me doing it in the dark. My website is me, and I never wanted to ever do any website editing, like
Um,
allergic to it.
and then
So,
so I and that oh that actually with that, like I said, I actually trained a website designer myself. So if
mhm.
you need him to design a website for you, um, I can connect you to. He's actually in my ecosystem of my agency now. I just officially added him into my as an employee for me because
Yeah.
initially I was just teaching him and I would refer people out to him because I trust him because I taught him everything he knew. So but
Mhm.
now he's actually a part of KO Digital. So
Mhm.
that's even better.
Wonderful.
That should tell you how much I trust him. Hey, I'm actually letting him put my name on stuff that he do.
Wonderful. Well, I would tell you in terms of like what I see as potential like top priorities in like moving some other things forward besides this
Hmm.
is my packaging. So
Hmm.
I'm like already out of all things and I gotta get more labels, and more accessories, more tea accessories. That's the only thing I gotta, it's 'cause
So,
I'm out of everything.
so with that being said, I'll say your next step would definitely be pretty much uh
Rebranding.
definitely a mini rebrand. Not, yeah, I guess you can call it full rebrand because eventually you're gonna want to have to redo the site and stuff anyhow. So
Mhm.
I'll say a full rebrand, and that would be like I say, getting your logo, your favorite con, getting the packaging label design, whether that's the full bag design or stickers. Of course, getting that stuff in, and then yeah. So I
And I'm so frustrated because my designer, who I really like working with, like she's booked out for I don't know how many months. So I've been trying to find another one. Like, where the heck are these people?
that's nothing. I'm about to work on that I have some already, but to be more affordable, like a lot of people sometimes complicate designing, but if you just have someone who's like really Canva literate, it makes it 10 times easier. Like
Mhm.
do almost everything on Canva, which is a free software.
Mhm.
But inside, so I do have my website designer still. I do have a actual graphic designer still in my back pocket. So I can help you with the full branding process. How much I have to figure out. Um,
Mhm.
'Cause I haven't talked to this new graphic designer on the aspect of like logo creation and stuff like that. Because the way I like to do it is, you tell her the brand and and now I'll feed her that profile of Mia, for example, and I'll be like, okay, create three concepts based off of maybe these brand models, you
Mhm.
know, and that would fit for Maya type deal. And they'll give you
Mhm.
three logo concepts, and then you be like, okay, I like that one. Okay,
Yeah.
bet. Now they give you, all right, create three packaging label designs for the brand. Okay, you like that one? Okay, that'd be our trend that we go with. All right, now we got that. Let's move on to the actual website. Then that's when I get my guy on the website while we already working on all this other stuff as well, type deal. So
Well, it's good
I,
because oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was so I definitely would get back to you. 'Cause I gotta see how much for that first half that my graphic designer would charge, because it's not like they create one design and you just gonna run with it. It's
Yeah.
you get to choose between three and you choose one, and then once again with the labels and you choose one. But if I say all said and done, what I can expect for you to pay for this rebrand, this mini rebrand, and I'm gonna add photo renderings. Yes, no, photo renderings.
Mm-hmm.
So if I add photo renderings into the equation, I say, where my phone? I would say you looking, and this is not for the cost of the bags or the stickers that you're putting on the bags, but this is website, label creation, logo creation, photo renderings, and of course having me along the way. You're looking around 800, 850, honestly.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and when but the bags you get actually my supplier with then for the stickers that you'll put on the bag, I say we'll start there first. I think starting with full digital, it's not unheard to start with a full digital unless you want to. We can.
I do
But okay.
because I
So you go
spent
digital?
yeah,
Okay.
I spent the last, year, especially since October,
Mm-hmm.
no, like doing the sticker on purpose because I knew that I don't know about weight, I don't know about
Mm-hmm.
all of that, like the ingredients. So I've honed in on at least three products that
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be what it is.
All right. So
Yeah.
then so if you do want to
So
do
it'll
digital
probably
printed
be
bags,
both. It'll be both.
what do you mean it'd be both? Some with stickers, some without
Some with stickers and some with
digital
just
print.
full print.
Why
You
we'll
do
do
that?
both? Why do both? We can, but why?
I guess it doesn't have to. I'm just being lazy. Like I'm just like, well, the other three products, I might play around with the recipe some more,
Okay,
that
got you.
kind of thing. But it doesn't have to be.
Then we need to finalize recipes. Then that's what I just heard.
Yeah.
All right, so put down your to-do list. We need to finalize recipes.
Yeah.
But
Which
okay,
I can do
so we
in a
can do
day.
because we can do all of these, right? We can get
Hmm.
them digital printed, and I will say so that now we're talking front panel. We got this. We can play with front panel and back panels. So
Hmm.
you can provide more information about your brand, about the tea specifically and stuff like that, while you can save space on the front. And of course, your logo will still be here, the name of the tea, and like something else will still be on the front, but it's not crowded up front because you have
Hmm.
that where it can be crowded.
Hmm.
And you talking digitally printed bags. I get mine for like 17 cents a piece from my vendor in China. So
Okay,
that's why
good.
I say it's drastically different. And of course, the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. I brought 75,000, so that's why it was that low. But they do smaller quantities. So I can get a quote, and don't worry, since you are like in my ecosystem, anything I give you, I would give you like the same contact. So that way you don't have to do it through me. That's the
Yeah.
type of person I am. Like one day you may wake up and say, "Hey, Kanan, I don't like you no more." But and then I never want you to have that feel like, oh, he got everything I need, so I need to stay here. I don't, because if you don't want me, I don't want you. Because
Well,
no one like being places where where the
yeah, the
and
best
where
the best advice I had was like years ago. It's like you want to get people to organize themselves enough to know if they want to continue to basically
Mhm.
mess with you.
Yeah. So what
Either
I
or your products,
hmm
you want to get that to them right away. Yeah.
so
So
Oh
that's a
yeah, so you actually would get my late like my bad representative. You would
appreciate
get her, and I'll teach you how to talk to her on the aspect of like, let's say if I don't order, you just literally copy this and
it.
adjust it to what you need, and you send it to her, and she be like, okay, bet I know what you want. Let me send you the invoice. Let me send you the artwork. We good to go now, and it's on the way. So I give you all of that type deal.
Do you have an opinion on quantity amount for tea bags?
Tea bags, just
I
like the
mean
coffee
tea
bag.
pouches, tea
Oh, tea
pouches.
pouches.
Yeah.
They starting out. How many teas you have?
I have 6.
Six. Okay, starting out, you got six teas for
Mhm.
each of your blends. I would say just start getting these pouches. If we doing it, are we doing it shoestring or no? Because I just told you the other price, maybe like 800, 850. So does this need to be on the shoestring?
Yeah.
All right. So with that, if we're doing shoestring,
Wait, what do you mean 800, 850? Oh,
so
yeah, yeah, the
for
cost.
the branding,
No, I'm talking about, I'm sorry, not okay. I'm saying my terminologies I'm not communicating.
okay.
So I understand what you're saying is 75K for all your bags, right? All your product bags, 75,000 for 17 pieces for the bags.
No, you
You,
switch those numbers. So
you
I had ordered 75,000 and it cost me 17 cents per bag
per bag, 75,000 for all your MOQs.
for all the bags
I
I ordered
mean,
them.
I mean for all your SKUs.
Then no, I got
Is it
three
75K for
thousand.
each SKU
No,
or okay,
so
for all of
I pretty much did 300 pieces per SKU.
them? Okay,
That for my most
okay.
popular three. One of them I did 9,000 because it really outsells almost all the other ones. And then
Mhm.
two more I did 4,500 pieces.
Okay. So variable SKUs, good.
Yeah, so
And
you can do
then,
variable SKUs, yes.
oh, that's awesome. And then what I was asking about is the product quantity, the net weight of
Uh-huh.
your product
Oh,
inside.
okay, got you.
Do you
So
have a,
we do
yeah,
2 ounces.
you do 2 ounces.
So
And
depending on the tea, if it's like a like
I
real
get
like a lot of
did,
flowers and stuff, it's not
yeah,
heavy, not no berries, no fruits, no cardamom and spices and stuff
yeah,
in it. Though like it's 2 ounces. But if we got berries, fruit, all that stuff, like the heavier ingredients, we go up to 4 ounces. Those would be
yeah.
4 ounce bags. But it's
Yeah.
pretty much enough at least to fill right here on all the teas,
Oh,
ice, except for our chais because chai is heavier. We try to at least give you 18 to 20 servings in a bag
okay.
while we do 2 ounces majority of the time.
Okay. So I've been trying to do approximately about 18 servings. So I wasn't going by the how the bag fills up, but about how
Mhm.
many servings so they can come back and purchase. That's how I've
And
been doing.
are you and when you're counting your servings, are you counting single servings? Like, they got the
Single
leaves,
serving,
they put it in there and they
one
throw the
cup.
leaves out.
Yeah, one no. Yeah, yeah, I'm counting single servings. Not that they know they can use it twice. Yeah. Single
No, no,
serving.
no, I count using it twice as
Oh,
servings. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, 2 ounces. You talking, like I said, 18, depending on how heavy handed they are, you get 18, 20. And we actually tell them, like, yeah, you can steep it. Do not throw it out because it's loose leaf, because that's one of your
Yeah.
selling points. It's loose leaf, so it's more flavor inside of the leaves.
Uh-huh.
You can steep it a second time. If you
Oh.
so we actually recommend them to double steep. That's what we call it, double steeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
That's how they get all their servings they want out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that also once again, makes the value there. Because if we were doing it your way, that means we would be tossing about 4 ounces of tea in a bag. And we
Mm-hmm.
couldn't dare put 4 ounces of our most popular tea in this bag because there's a lot of lemongrass. And lemongrass is real, like it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we only like with that one, like it's like to the top 2 ounces because it's lemongrass is so fluffy. That's why I call it fluffy. But
Mm-hmm.
so that's why we do 2 ounces. And then when you're talking about heavier teas, like I said, with berries and stuff, we go to 4 ounces. And when, like I said, we preach that it gives you 18 to 20 servings because you double steeping the leaves.
Got it.
And we
Okay.
make sure we educate our customer on the aspect of like if you do like you're planning to get the full amount, like you really have to only steep it for that certain amount of time that we recommend. So that way the second go around, don't think you're just gonna leave your tea bag in there all day, drink it, and then come back and think it's still gonna have all the flavor because you left it in there for a whole hour.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. So we let them know that type deal. And like I said, most of them is pretty receptive. Those who shop with us, they love us. Those who shop with us, some of them annoy me about it. And then the other ones that don't shop with us, I guess they don't want me. So they don't care about them. I care about the ones who care about me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nah, for real. So then the other question I was answering through that confusion of ours was when it comes to per skill you have, you can set any amount of option. So if we was to get started with the six that you have, we can reach out to her and say, hey, we have six designs and we want 100 of each design. And that would be plenty to like on a shoestring getting started. That would be plenty. And then of
Mhm.
course she would come back. Now it may not be 17 cents a piece because it's so small of a quantity,
Yeah.
but it won't. I think it would be. I think I did something like that in the past. I'm gonna check, or I'm gonna just ask her for a new quote. But it may be like 50 cents a bag. It's still cheaper than them tubes. I'll tell you that. And then yeah, we go from there. And then I tell her yes, we want them digital printed. Um, and they don't have no MOQ on like customization.
Oh, wonderful.
So you can legitly get the 100 and have them fully designed, digitally printed. They have no problem with that.
That's awesome. Yeah,
And
that'll be less than what I'm paying right now, so that's perfect.
yeah, what you
Mhm.
paying
And
right now?
um, 14 cents a bag, 14.1 cents a bag for the pouches. They're rice paper. And then I pay 45 cents, 45.3 cents for my front label and 51 cents for my back label.
Oh yeah, see, yeah. That's too much for packaging. Then
Yeah.
for these packages for sure. And
Hmm.
that's another reason why I like and then it's just labor work because you got front and back panel already. I thought you just had front. So if you already got front and back already, like that's why we had to switch to digital because we in a warehouse over here. What's wrong, baby? Your camper broken? Bring it in here and I'll check it out. Now, this that's where we were spending that time, putting them on, and like I'm paying employees so much money just to put labels on bags because they sitting there, 3-4 hours, and of course that adds up. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I need to get digital bags here. So that's why I pulled that trigger. I was like, yeah, I gotta do that. So I got like 75,000 for like $9,000. Not this part. I ain't no problem.
Mhm.
Level. But yeah, that's
I have a girl dad, so I get it.
I am a girl dad.
Yeah,
Two
that's what I'm
girls.
like. I get it. My dad's a girl dad.
I stopped after two. I said no more. I only want a boy no more. After two girls, I don't want no boy no more. I hope because the worst thing about trying again is a 50-50 chance again. And I already struck out twice. But no, for sure though, yeah. So I'm gonna run numbers. Like I said, I gotta get with the graphic designer to see on the aspect of the brand design part,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
and once we get that squared away, I'll definitely let you know exactly how much that is, and you tell me how you wanna if you wanna move forward and how you wanna tackle that type deal. And
I do because I'm already in the process of doing the pricing. So the answer is
Mhm,
yes, I do want to move forward. Um, I just have all these things teed up
mhm,
and I wanted to do more in-depth research. That's the reason why I went to the expo. One of the things on my punch list from the
mhm.
expo. So yeah.
So so yeah,
Mhm.
we definitely can rebrand you for sure.
Sure,
I
let's
just
do
want
it.
I just want to get concrete on what is that exact price before I
Mhm.
before I send you an invoice, because I see how quick you're ready to pay. So before I send you the invoice, and I tell you something that's undervalued or over too much overvalued, because I'm not that type of person where if something costs me 1,000, I'm gonna charge you 5,000 for it. I'm not that type of person.
Well, I'm able to make quick decisions because I've done the research.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a branding strategy that has not just my avatar in there, but my user viewpoint. I've got a lot of stuff in my branding strategy. So I've got a lot of the background thing because I've spent
Mm-hmm.
like 3 years sitting on this business and
Mm-hmm.
doing like a lot of background work, just not confident to pull the trigger. So
Mm-hmm.
one day I just got up and I was like, I need to stop playing games. So
You just
I
need the
have a
visual identity side.
yeah. So I have a lot of work done in the
Mm-hmm.
dark, just me doing all this stuff in the dark, creating ideas. I've got my brand pillars. I've got my point of view that I
Mm-hmm.
keep continually working on and expanding.
Got you.
Yeah. So there you go. So
Yeah, so
that's
yeah.
why I'm able to make at this point, I guess I'm glad I did all that at this
Mm-hmm.
point because I'm able to make decisions quicker.
Got you. And it makes sense.
Mhm.
So yeah, I give my designer. Like I said, I already know my website designer. He's gonna be solid on that. So I just want to get with the actual logo and label creator
Mhm.
designer and make sure price that out. And same thing with the photo renderers. Make sure I get updated pricing because stuff do change with these people. They pretty much all subcontracted. So if they feel that their time is valued elsewhere, they're like, yeah, my queue too full. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Uh,
That's what I'm dealing with. I've been through already 9 different new designers and
yeah.
all three of my top threes are I'm too busy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I refreshed because I haven't done like new brand work for like like a new company in a minute with them. So I want to make sure their queue is open type deal. Because before I started running my own ads, the main thing I was doing was back end and branding before I started, running my own ads. But once I started running my own ads, I had to step away for a little because I had to focus on my own my own stuff first.
Mhm.
But now I'm to the point where yes, stuff has calmed down. And so, like, yeah, I contact them, see, make sure everything's good, make sure their queue ain't crazy. If so, worst case scenario, it'll be me, you on a call like this, and I got Canva up, and I'm like, how you feel about this? How you feel about that? All right, bet. We're gonna go with this logo now. All right, let's go to label design. How you feel about this? How you feel about that? Okay, with that, go up. All right, now let's go to Josie Wu. That's the Chinese lady named Josie Wu. Let's go to Josie Wu and let's send her these designs. All right, bet we're gonna upload these designs to a Google Drive so that way my website designer can get on it.
Yeah.
And that's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You actually have me as your designer, which I am very competent in doing so.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. So I love it. I love it. I love it. And so I'm gonna got this going. I'm ready to go. I'm telling you, I'm ready to go. Just I'm ready to go because I've already done the research. And
Got
now
you.
I came to the expo to buy, to
Hmm.
to just like I was already ready to do all these things. So let's
Got you.
go.
All right. And then that's funny you mentioned because next year I'm actually gonna go as KO Digital and Sister T's with an actual booth. And I'm getting my website designer. I'm training him on some more stuff all the way up to next year. So that way
Mhm.
he can run the Digital side booth by himself or with
Mhm.
another additional person, but not me. 'Cause I'd be too busy walking and socializing. So,
Mhm.
but so next year, KO Digital will actually be at a booth in there for because there's so many new people that comes there for sure, and then a lot of people who really just don't know what they don't know. So that's
Mhm.
where now I'm gonna have position KO Digital to be there to be
Mhm.
at least that marketing um component that will help a lot of people or branding services
Mhm.
that can help a bunch of people type deal.
That's right.
But yeah, so I ain't gonna hold you up anymore. Like I said, I get with you on the pricing. I,
Mhm.
I may actually take this opportunity to train someone new on branding,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna test them to make sure they're decent, like they're nice on Canva, so
Mhm.
that way I can actually they actually make me cut back costs because they'll be brand new, so
Mhm.
they can't say, oh yeah, it cost me, yeah, I'm gonna charge you $300 for a logo, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, but you still have, like I said, worst case, I'm still gonna be part of it regardless.
Mhm.
And but I'll use them, and they'll be on the calls with us, and we may just get on a call like this, go on Canva, and start coming up with new logos, and they'll be able to witness me do it. So, because how I normally teach is I'll show you, and then I assist you, and then I let you do it yourself, and that's how I
Okay.
teach. So
Okay.
that's what I do with her or him, whoever it may be. Because then
Mhm.
I have inside of my actual agency, I will have dedicated people at that point. So
Okay.
I'm thinking of doing that as well. So actually, I may go that route with this because I need to do it. I need to stop with the overseas subcontractors so much and,
Mhm.
and start bringing stuff in the house for sure. So I may actually do that. I just got to see who I really have in mind that I can trust to put my name behind.
Mhm.
But that's my problem, not yours. Either way, you got me that's going to be on the call helping you completely with your brand.
Okay, great. So I appreciate it. So I'm already in the school. So I've
Mm-hmm.
got some punch lists in terms of the website, which I'll just be moseying through that as best as I can. And hopefully I'll have lot more done, a lot more time to do things on Wednesday. And then when is the next time in terms of us connecting? Because I know there's a couple of things in terms of the graphic, the
Mm-hmm.
product, pouches, all of that. When's the next time we will be able to connect on that and where?
Okay, so you still have your general Monday calls because you are in the school group,
Mm-hmm.
but just me, you connecting one on one specifically about your product,
Mm-hmm.
then your project. That's what I meant to say, not product, your project. We
Mm-hmm.
can when I get the pricing,
Mm-hmm.
like I get make sure everything's lined up perfectly for us.
Mm-hmm.
I will contact you and I would say then we'll talk. You'll be like, okay, you can work with that price. I seen the invoice. As soon as you sign that invoice, you'll go through a client onboarding, and on that onboarding, you'll get another calendar, and you'll book on that calendar. And
Mm-hmm.
because if it's on my calendar, that's good. We solid.
Okay. Okay,
So
great.
that's how the flow works. So when that's up to what you actually choose on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, so the flow from here will be me reaching out to my peoples, making sure numbers are finalized and right and they make sense. Me reaching back out to you to
Mm-hmm.
tell you what the final price is from like the services, and once again re reiterating what you're getting out of those services. I like to let you know for sure, and then you'll get a contract, then not contract, invoice sent to you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll pay the invoice, then you'll have a agreement sent to you, pretty much saying we're going to do your branding services, da 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 da. And then from there, you actually choose our next meeting, our first meeting.
Okay. All
And
right. So
then
when
through this
oh, go
process,
ahead.
you have more than one meeting still. So
Okay.
through the branding process, you do have more than one meeting.
Okay, perfect. And then when should I know you said you have to do all the, pricing, checking
Mhm.
and all that. You have to do all the intel research. When should I kind of just keep an eye out for when you might be getting in contact, that first contact? Like
Yeah. So at the latest, it will
days,
be,
week, month, huh?
I said at the latest, it will be Tuesday that you hear from me.
Okay, all right, perfect.
Yeah, I'm not going. I'm not one to like really sit on stuff like this.
Okay.
I
I
love it,
just
so I'll be on it. So those at the latest today, you may get something by the end of today. You know, like
okay, got
so.
you.
Just be on the lookout. It will come from that 1119 number.
Mm-hmm.
That you was getting like them text updates from, because that's my KO digital number. So the invoice and stuff will come from there, and then yeah,
Perfect. I appreciate this.
I had no problem. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye. Have a good one with the family.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.